Ladies and gentlemen, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720, and I'm back with Xbox Beast Fight. We call this the late night edition. You know what I mean? We might be here about an hour, so there's a few topics that I want to actually trying to find in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. If you'd be so kind, as you come in, you'd be so kind, like I said, to hit the like button. We're gonna have a little fun here tonight, all right? As always, we always have a little fun. And I'll tell you, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun, man. As the room is filling up, Noah, talk. What you got going on with yourself, good brother? What you playing?
Shoot, man, playing a little bit of everything, man. I can't wait for the Sea of Thieves and it's a way out to drop next week. You know I'm gonna be on it.
Oh, no way out come out next Friday?
Yeah. Yeah, next Friday. Next Friday.
Okay, all right. That was quick. The finals, what's going on, baby? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Tip Diner, my favorites, you guys, man. Always coming through, a little brother down. I appreciate it, man. Okay, all right. Who else I got in here with me? Mighty Moss, what's going on, good brother?
Man, chilling. They finally let me out. It's only 11 years a slave, man. I ran out that cornfield, man.
11 years a slave. Yeah. You missed the last few. You've been having to work. You've been pulling doubles and triples.
Hell yeah, trying to keep me there. I've been living off of Burger King, man. I'm feeling depressed and shit. Mm-hmm. But it's all good. It's happy to be here with the peoples. I'm gonna be chopping some videos soon. It's starting to die down. Mm-hmm. And I picked me up that Ghost Recon backwards compatible joint today. I picked that up for $4, man. I'm gonna bust that out.
Oh, what's the name? What Ghost Recon was that? What's the name of that one?
Future Soldier, I think it was.
I got that in the cut somewhere. Okay.
Yep. Is
it co-op?
You know what? I don't know. I never get. That's the only one I never got into. So I'm gonna try it out now.
Okay, for sure. Is Post back yet?
You already know it, man. What's good, people?
What's going on, good brother Post, man? You had to work today, Post. I heard from your ass all day. You've been quiet.
No, I had to go to the doctor today, man. I had my eyes dilated, man. So shit was blurry pretty much majority of that day. When I came home, I took a nap, and when I woke up, my shit was still blurry. So, and I didn't want to look into no light and all that shit because they gave me special glasses to wear and all that shit.
Damn, you got the Coke 45 bottles.
Huh? But you already know, Mr. Let's talk about it. I'm getting geared up for the Sea of Thieves as well as A Way Out. A Way Out is going to be a phenomenal game. Check this out, Z. You could buy one copy of the game, right?
Oh yeah. And
your friend can play with you through the whole game. They don't even need to own a copy. That is amazing.
Yeah, I heard it's a $30 joint. $30. Is the game long?
You know what? I don't know how long it's going to be, but the story and how you interact and what you have to do as far as breaking out of prison and things like that, it looks phenomenal.
You know what it kind of reminds me of Uncharted 4 when you was with your brother and y'all was trying, you know what I'm saying, break out of jail, whatever. It give you that feel a little bit.
But the choices you make have consequences, though.
Yeah.
Each decision or each choices you make has consequences. So.
I see they took it old school with the split screen. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. I think the game was about $30, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, I think it's like $29.99. Yep.
I'm not mistaken. You can see what the other person does, right?
It's
like split screen.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Stole.
All right. Also, Puerto Rico supposed to be hopping here today. You know, Puerto Rico's getting ready to move to overseas.
Germany. Yep.
Yeah. Germany, Italy, something where, and they go right there. Speaking of Puerto Rico, he just hopped in. Speaking of him, he just hopped in. You know what I mean? So he said he's supposed to be here today. He's here today. Puerto Rico, you there, good brother?
Yo, what's good? What's good?
Oh no, when you leave, this will be your last week. You shipping out, right?
Yeah, I leave on Thursday.
Oh shit!
Dang.
Be safe, brother.
He said, "See you in September."
See you at E3.
They was getting worried. Puerto Rico, they said they think some Nazis had took your ass on the way over.
Oh shit! I'm saying I had to go in there like Wolfenstein and shit.
Hell yeah.
For sure. But like I said, have you been gaming at all? Puerto Rico, everything's packed up, ready to go.
No, most of my shit's been packed up, and like the last 2 weeks, I was in New York and shit, chilling with family and shit, drinking, getting fucked up. That's about it.
Check out your family. They sad to see you go, or
that's it. And man, they're like, get this Puerto Rican out this motherfucker, bro. It's because of you, Trump won and shit. Fuck out of here. They're like, because of niggas like you, we got to put up with this shit. Get the fuck out of here.
What's show?
No, I'm saying, everything. No, of course, they're all sad, but they're also happy at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So,
Puerto Rico, you was drinking that 2020.
That's shit. You know what I'm saying? It was chilling, bro, but it was a good time and shit.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, all right. Listen, guys, as you come in, do me a favor, you be so kind. Like I said, the like button. This is the Xbox Beast Fighter late night edition. We're not gonna be here too long. Got a few topics I want to go over. Hey, good brother D, you there, good brother D?
Yes, I'm here, man.
What's going on? How you feeling, man? Everything all right?
Oh my god, I'm so tired, man. I'm doing the home show in my city, doing these 12-hour benders. Damn.
Oh damn. Oh damn. You're working. Your hardest working man in showbiz. Like I said, I wanted to check on you because we had a lot of damage control coming from my man King Mega yesterday. Just make sure you was like
what did he do now, man?
I gotta watch the show.
I gotta see now. He had it
all
again
on Twitter. It was all on Twitter.
Trust me, Morgana Days got that video chopped up and ready to go.
K Mega has passed Crap Gamer as the even Crap Gamer was like, say what?
Hey, yo, ain't long, man.
Yeah.
Yo, Crap Gamer was probably nervous. He's like, man, I gotta rewrite a playbook, bro. Because
yo, that's monumental right there.
Hey,
if you can take over Mr. Megaton.
Hey, bro, let me tell you something, man. I thought Juice was bad. My man Megan said, you know what? Megan said, you know what? It's okay to have a bad show. Look, the first BGST was bad. You know, the first GRG podcast was bad.
Nigga. You know what the difference is between the Microsoft show and BGST? Yeah. $500 billion, man.
Yeah. No, that's not just the only difference. This isn't the first Inside Xbox show. It was just brought back. It was back on the 360.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Hey, listen, my man said he put the S in spin, baby. That's what you call spin. Damn it.
Battery packs, man.
Yeah, for real. What you said, P Rock?
He didn't. He's muted.
Oh, okay, for sure. But anyway, like I said, if you didn't see BGST yesterday, it was like, you know, what's crazy is how I even, like I said before we get started, a few things as the room is still filling up, I even commented Crap did a video today, saying that what the hell was the name of this damn video? What the hell? Something like, you know, I mean, Xbox fans shouldn't have to beg for games, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Or something along those lines, you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I always tell you guys, YouTube or whatever the case is, entertainment, you know what I mean? I pray to God that Crap is not walking around the street screaming Megaton. You know I mean? Like you said, like you do get some of myself within the character of Next Gen. You know what I mean? I've always said I'm from the mindset, if you want things to change to be better, you have to be, you know, honest. Because I'm not gonna say any names, but you know, I'm not with outing anybody, but there've been a lot of prominent people within the Xbox community that you guys like have slid in my DMs confessing they shins that Microsoft need to get their shit together, right? Now, yesterday's show, Crap brought up some very interesting stats. And I didn't think about it like, if I said the last AAA game that we got was Gears of War 4, but he said Microsoft's last big game announcement was in 2015. And I got to thinking, I was like, well, damn,
yeah.
I'm like, you know, should they have, you know, more announcements for services and stuff, whether it's the Havoc engine and just for the Azure, just that and the other. I got to think, like, well, damn, that he is right. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I was like, you know, and I'm surprised. Like, you know, we usually have conversations like that in private.
You keep that shit buried.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, like I said, me and Crap go back. I remember that when the Xbox first started getting his teeth kicked in by the PS4. Me and Crap will hook up with a half hour. How we gonna damage control this shit? How we gonna spin it? We used to do shit like that, you know what I mean? But I was like, well, you know, like damn, like that's a problem. So, like I said, you know, of course you have I have to say it's a mutiny, but you have some Xbox guys on this side saying they're fine with everything and they don't want to be like Sony. Then you got the other half like, yo, no, I just bought the world's most powerful console. Like, what the hell's going on here? You know what I mean? Like I said, actually, I haven't spoken to you in a while. You know what I mean? Did you catch the show Inside Xbox at all?
No, I was about to until I saw J-Wag's video. yo, because I saw MM Kute did a tweet. Yo, 2K did a tweet, right? Mighty Moss. He's like, yo, you gotta check this shit out. All right, let me check it out. Yo, when I saw J-Wag's thing, I'm like, yo, I ain't watching that, bro. Like, I couldn't. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah. Yo, J-Wag shit was brutal, bro.
Yeah, I had to re-upload that, man.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was pretty. And you know what was crazy? At the end of the day, right? And I'm just real talk, no joke, right? And figure all the damage control and shit, because like I said, you got to be honest, right? And listen, in the series, I it's scary to me because you got Microsoft and Phil, those guys out there saying that one thing that we're listening, right? And they hear what the fans want. Whoever directed that show, whatever, he need to lose his goddamn job. And I'm all about equal employment opportunity, all that good shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether it's a brother, a sister, white, black, Chinese, doesn't make a Mongolian. It doesn't make. They need to lose their goddamn job. They ain't what the fans was asked for. You know what I mean? That it was an hour and 45 minutes of Sea of Thieves.
Oh, bullshit.
Holy shit.
They even, more or less, the motherfucker that played the goddamn the ukulele, the goddamn accordion, like this shit was bad.
You know what J-Wax showed instruments?
Yeah.
I thought he was joking, but he was like, "Yo, real? They actually talking about instruments."
My man said it's expensive. I don't want it to fall. I'm like, what are you doing? You got my man Larry Major Nelson out there looking like Vanna White from the goddamn Wheel of Fortune. Like, this shit was wild.
Right now, I thought I gotta talk to Larry Herb. He gotta let him know, like, don't do that no more. Like, a dude isn't meant to like parade shit. Like, you just grab it, be like, here it is, and then put it away. Like, men aren't meant to like display shit like Vanna White. Like,
exactly.
You look weird. Him doing that. Like, just show the box and be like, here you go. Maybe even open it if there's something inside. I don't know, but don't wear a white glove and like finesse it and hug it. Like, that's just, if you're gonna do that, then get a good-looking girl to do it. Like, don't you do it? We don't want to see get a chick, like a fine-ass chick to do it.
And it was like they were spoofing their own damn show at the beginning. They're like, this is going to be a hot steaming. J-Wax was like, hot and steaming. Yeah. Crazy, man.
Hey, yo, check this out, right? At the end of the day, all jokes aside, right? So again, like you said, the show was horrible. Forget all that. But what I don't understand, like today they came out and announced the State of Decay bundle. I'm sorry, the
collector's edition.
They could have showed that on the show. You know what I mean? Something. You know what I mean? I know they had to. I don't know if they had to deal with IGN, or they could have showed some more of that. They literally spent about an hour and 43 minutes on Sea of Thieves. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not the biggest Sea of Thieves fan. Maybe it's something I have to play to get it. You know what I mean? And once I play it, man, like the same thing with PUBG. I had the actual experiences to play it before I actually got what it's about. But I'm not big on it. You know what I mean? But like I said, I haven't spoken to you. Well, I don't know. My question is, you Puerto Rican. I'm gonna go to Brian and the rest of you guys. Like what do you like? Do you think Microsoft is clueless, or they just or is this the new direction that they're going into?
I'll be honest. I do think they have stuff in store. It's just not going to come out in 2018, 2019. It's going to be like 2020, 21 stuff. Like I said, we talked about this. I don't know which podcast. A couple of weeks ago, I mentioned, let's say if Phil Spencer truly had something ready, he would have had to do it day one the moment he stepped on the scene. That means 2014. Like the moment he got the job right after Don Matrick, hey, I need a big new IP starting today. Because big IPs take 4 to 5, maybe even 6 years to make. So let's say we go with the shorter end of 4 years, meaning 2018. That means day one, he had to put that agenda. He had to tell his people, I want big IPs starting today. But I guarantee he didn't do that because he had other things he was worried about. He was worried about the power. He's trying to get rid of the power narrative. He told you he was big on backwards compatibility, so he wanted that. He probably also pushed, not only did he want the backwards compatibility, but he also wants it to be enhanced. So you see you getting that. So I think he probably started the whole games thing maybe last year, maybe the year before that. So you still got a good 2-3 years to go before you see these big IPs. Unless he's buying something from third party. That's the only other solution. But from first party,
what's not here though. This Darwin Project and this Deep Rock Galactic, man, them games are weak.
I don't know.
No, Phil told you what he was working on. Phil was making things better in the office. He told you at DICE. That's what that was on his mind, man.
I mean, I say, I think he has it. It's just he doesn't have it right now. So all he's doing is buying time. He's like in the corner sweating like shit, man. We gotta hurry up with these projects, but all he's doing is just buying time. That's it.
Voodoo Vents, Phantom Dust, Deep Rock Galactic, and Darwin Project.
I don't know. Super Lucky Tales DLC.
Oh man.
I mean, he's just. I think they're coming. It's just
Sea of Thieves is the truth.
I mean, I haven't. Like I said, I think, I'm not a big fan of Rare. I haven't played it yet, so I'm not negating anything that you're saying. But like I said, maybe it's something that I have to play before I actually get and say, oh shit, I can see what it's about, see what the hype is about. But again, I haven't played it. I'm just looking at it, and be honest with you. And in real talk, I said it before, that maybe the art style, maybe if it looked more like a Ubisoft game with that Skull and Bones, that the people that are not, and I'm sorry, that are not hyped for it will be hyped for it. You know what I mean? Like I like the way that Ubisoft's game, and I'm not even saying Ubisoft game may be better. Maybe Sea of Thieves is better than that. You know what I mean? But again, I just like the way that looks. It appeals more to me. You know.
Now, Z, you said that as Xbox gamers, we should be happy to get any game, right? But Darwin Project, Deep Rock Galactic,
I said that.
them games ain't cutting it, bro. I'd rather not have any games than have those games.
Hey, bro, listen. I don't sound like Tanase. I don't really like Halo. You know what I mean? That's like me going out there praising for Halo Wars 2. I ain't be into that shit, bro. That ain't my thing. You know what I mean? I like what I like, but I don't know. Like I said, but even like look, I'll give you an example, right? Microsoft showed about 40 some odd games last year at E3 on their stage, right? And not really couldn't tell you not one of those goddamn games that they showed that, and that's real. Maybe yesterday would have been a good time to show some of those guys. I mean, whatever Saturday would have been a good time to spend some, on those games that they showed. That they see.
You getting them now, bro. The games they showed was Deep Rock Galactic,
Darwin
Project. They got to go with it this year, man. They got to go with it this year.
Oh, man.
I think what's going on is kind of like what P-Rock said, but to go look a little bit deeper. Everybody talks about Terry Myerson. I think Satya and Nadella had a grip on the purse strings because they did a console refresh. You know what I'm saying? If you look at when that new regime came in, they came in to redo that stock price and keep the revenue flowing. So Satya wasn't writing no check. And now Phil has this vision of friendliness, togetherness. This is, holiness, crossplay with Sony. Lord. Exactly. So it's like we're seeing the culmination of all this, and we sitting here in the background like, what the hell is this? You know what I'm saying? So even when we do get the games, what are we going to get? That's the big question. What are we going to get?
All right. Well, Post, you there, Post?
Well, I'm not partaking in this RIP.
Post on the phone with K.
Hey, yo, Post, this is another funeral. This is the fifth one. Man, this is the ninth one.
Man, I've been to so many Xbox funerals, man. I just come to this show dressed and prepared nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Black suit, slacks, and everything.
I can't say this last year. Xbox did show off. They showed off Black Desert Online. Now that game, if they go ahead and bring that game to Xbox, I think that'll do some numbers.
Well, the webpage was shown that it's coming the 13th or something like that.
Let me tell you,
18th or something.
This is what I feel. As far as the distraught that's going through the community, it is warranted, and Microsoft needs to hear it, whether we want to keep hearing it or not. Microsoft needs to constantly hear it so they can understand that this is a position that they don't want to put themselves in anymore. I think as long as the community continue to be vocal and continue to let them know, look, we're not appreciating what we're getting as far as software, as far as lineup, as far as announcements, even as far as these inklings in regards to the shows you're putting out. We don't want that shit. This is what we want. Until Microsoft start responding and giving the fan base what they want, then people need to continue to complain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, agreed.
I got Thomas Fuller in the chat said, so you want Xbox to blow their load now on game announcements so we can complain about this year's E3. No. I'm just saying, show us a trailer or something. No, you don't even have to announce the game. Just show a trailer of games that look exciting.
I was about to bring that up because Phil Spencer stated that in a tweet, and me and Moss actually were talking about it. Moss had replied to it after I did. He said we could leak the E3 show right now, and I'd hear that we had no new news. But I get it. I like new news as much as anyone.
Bro, they started on this year E3 after last year E3. Right after last year E3, Microsoft went right into prepping for this year E3. I do agree with Porter Rock. A lot of the content that we're expecting last year at the time, Phil said we just signed. Like some of the stuff, so we're not fit to see that probably for the next maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4 years. So
yeah,
that's down the line. As far as what they've had or what they've been doing between 2014, 2015 up to now, I don't know. Maybe we'll see, but they have to show something at this year E3, and it has to be big. I'm not looking for no Darwin Project, no Zoo Tycoon. I don't want no purple flying flowers and shit. I don't want nobody dancing on stage. I don't want to see no Minecraft. I don't want to see none of that shit. I just want to see big AAA titles, which made me purchase this box in the first fucking
place. It sounds like you just stabbed Xbox in the chest just now.
Exactly.
No. Look. Everybody say I damage control. Look, I understand both sides of the aisle. I understand from Phil's perspective of him just now getting the budget he wants, and that the titles that we probably want will take time to get to us. But I also understand the other side of it is that, like what Porter Rock said, from day one, when you got the position, you should have demanded, look, I need a budget for a big title, whether it's in a budget or not. I need something other than Gears of War, Halo, and Forza to reinvigorate the fan base. Right now, this shit is dull right now,
Well, you were talking trash about Darwin Project, but J-Wags is saying this is a good ass game.
Man, J-Wag don't know what's fire, man. J-Wag gonna sit his ass down. J-Wag be saying the most dopest games be shit, and then he gonna come on here and talk about the Darwin Project. Come on, this the man that shit on PUBG, and then turn around and say, "Oh, the Darwin Project, get your ass out of here." What is you talking about?
Hey,
what do you say, Samurai Warriors and shit?
God.
Why is it Nintendo can release 1,000 Marios, Mario Party, Mario Kart, Mario franchises, but if Microsoft releases Halo twice in 2 years, it's a problem.
I'll say this.
So those games are different too, though. Like Mario Party isn't the same as like Mario Odyssey or the original how Mario used to play. They're all different gameplay styles. For one, and two, that's what that consumer base is asking for. I've seen numerous people begging for a new Mario Party. God knows why, but that's what they're asking for.
Yeah. That's
See,
true.
I agree with that because that's Nintendo's DNA, and people expect that from Nintendo. And if you're a fan of Nintendo, that's what you want. That's not Microsoft or Sony's DNA. Like if Sony started, like when Sony started doing PlayStation Battle Royale, I'm like, what? The fuck is that? Like and Little Back Planet Kart. I'm like, we don't want this shit. Like whose idea? And it failed. But because that's not what we want from Sony. And I guarantee if Microsoft started doing Halo Kart, you would be like, the fuck is you doing?
You know why Mario is where Mario is right now? It's just like a rap artist. If a rap artist come out, right, and he have a hit, and by the time the next project come out, if that artist is not able to reinvent themselves, then the fans tend to fall off because it becomes the same thing. Mario over the last 20 plus years has been able to reinvent himself every time and deliver what fans want.
Yep.
So his
exactly
like an infinite iconic icon in the game industry. That's like if you want to have something that or a character that's the head of your system. Follow Mario because that little dude reinvent whether he driving a whip, whether he jumping on blocks trying to save a princess, whether he playing tennis, throwing hats, whatever. They know how to reinvent himself.
They know how to keep the franchise relevant. They really do.
You go buy a Master Chief Party, Master Chief cart.
Nah, bro.
No lie though, that Halo that Halo Lego demo they showed for the 360 that was supposed to come out that never did. Yo, that joint looked at fire though. I wish they would have released that though.
My man, Dirt Griggity asked me.
Dirt's going crazy in the chat, man.
I'm just told I got over 13 goddamn days in Gears. I don't play a lot of single player story game. I play everything multiplayer. You on that bitch for like 3-4 hours, man. That's the goddamn
until God of War comes out, and then you ain't gonna see.
That will be the next goddamn game.
What day does God of War come out? What days that come out?
April 20th.
I don't know what day it's on, but that will be the next game. I'll play that, or probably this co-op game that's coming out Friday. what do you call that shit?
Somebody in the chat said the parents that Major Nelson had on his shoulders took a shit on him.
I wish they would have.
Hey, yo, check it out.
Look, ass off the stage.
The title of the show, right? And shout out to my man Morgan Days. Morgan be out there working in them gaming streets. He sent me an article. And in the home, where's it at? Let me bring up the goddamn article. It says here, hold it, let me scroll up. No one outside of Naughty Dog tells Naughty Dog what to do. So basically, what this article was about is that Sony gives Naughty Dog free range, creative control of what they're going to do, what they're going to make, and it has proved successful for them over the years.
Yep.
So, Mike, and again, we've had this conversation before. Do you think Microsoft should follow suit with this, or maybe, like I said, to even give the developers or the devs, full range? Like they said, Sony doesn't come in, they hand them a project. You know, this is what we're working on.
Microsoft should have did.
We've been asking for this for a while.
Microsoft should have did that years ago with Bungie. They should have
stayed in house if they would have done that.
They should have did that years ago with Bungie. Look, people, Bungie. We understand Halo is a big title. Hold on, let me see. That's probably me. Hold on.
Oh God.
Like they're snoring like a motherfucker.
That's not me though snoring. That's somebody else. Hold on.
That's the old lady post.
I put her to bed.
Hey yo,
he fell asleep. Where's snoring? Yo, someone snoring? I don't hear it.
Somebody snoring their asshole.
Yo, so is somebody watching Inside Xbox or something? What's going on?
No. Hey yo,
someone still watching that shit?
They couldn't be watching that because they be cussing out up the storm.
Hey, I don't know. That sound like a grown ass Uber driver that was driving.
That PlayStation 4 dashboard on. That's what happened.
Oh shit!
With that lullaby music.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. But so anyway, as I was saying, the post come back to the mic. Naughty Dog out there talking big shit. They say, no one tells us, no one outside of Naughty Dog tells Naughty Dog what to do. Is this the secret to Naughty Dog's success? Now check it out, right? Something again that we talked about on the show that in this, like I said, he said men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. But Uncharted, maybe my opinion, Uncharted didn't become the big hit that it is until about Uncharted 4. This is my opinion. Naughty Dog took 10 developers, I think it was 10, from the Uncharted 3 development team and started them on The Last of Us. Now, for the PlayStation 3, I believe I'm not mistaken. If I am wrong, I would like to stand corrected. That The Last of Us probably was their biggest selling exclusive for the PS3, which totally outdid the Uncharted series. And then it was released, the remastered, whatever, for the PS4. Which huge for them. Then, like I said, they're also working on another third-person action adventure game outside of Uncharted, outside of The Last of Us. Which we probably won't see until the PlayStation 5, right? So again, they said no one, tells them what to do. Now, listen, I told you guys, I know some people, they know some people. Make a long story short, that one person told me that they don't go to, certain, I'm not gonna say any names, didn't go to school to put themselves $100,000 in debt just to make card games. Like I always said, these people are artists. You can't stifle their creatism. You know what I mean? More or less.
Yep.
Now, do you think Microsoft again is guilty of this? You know what I mean? Or or had they been guilty of this in the past?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did it with Bungie. That's been proven.
Yeah, they fucked up with Bungie because if they had allowed Bungie to make Destiny, who knows? I don't know if Bungie wanted to make it a multi-platter, if they just wanted to make something different. Yeah. For all we know, we could have had Destiny as a exclusive on the Xbox platform.
Yeah, they actually wanted to make Destiny exclusive to Xbox. They told them they had a new idea for a brand new game for an exclusive, and Microsoft said no, stick to Halo.
That would have been a game changer.
Damn right.
That was a game changer.
And it would have been a bigger budget for them too, sticking with if Microsoft would have let them do it.
And at the same time, you have these developers releasing these exclusives on the Xbox, and these exclusives are coming out every 3 years on the average. Where if they had the freedom to make something else, they could be pumping something else out in those other years, and delegate part of the team, to stay on that, and then they go back and forth and help out with other projects. because they have they have a lot of these assets for these games, so it's not like they got to make every single game from the ground up.
Exactly.
And that team is such a big team. Just like how Naughty Dog spawned off and they're doing other stuff, you know, and the guys that made Horizon, what's the name of them?
Guerrilla Games.
How Guerrilla, you know, they're not just making one type of game. Microsoft has a habit of their first party developers are just making one type of game.
Yep. One game.
Microsoft's thing is, this is where I think Microsoft's issue is a little different. Their issue is they're used to going to their in-house studios and making them assembly belt. Just whip this out. Just whip this out. Just whip this out. Where Sony steps in, whether I like them or not, when Sony steps in and they know who to give the freedom to and who to step in with. Naughty Dog, they let them have freedom. But with Guerrilla Games, they looked at that Decima engine and they were like, look, try something new. And then they gave their fans Horizon Zero Dawn, which sold 7.6 million. You know what I'm saying? So
it's still selling.
I think Sony is a little bit better at working with their in-house studios than Microsoft is, and they could probably enact that a little bit. But Microsoft needs to get back to what made the 360 big. It was their second-party deals that really killed it. You know what I'm saying? And then that on top of that, already having the Halos established. Gears was second party. Mass Effect was second party. BioShock, when that was time, was second party. You know what I'm saying? That's what blew the shit wide open. You know, so I think it's a little bit different with Microsoft, what their issue is right now.
Well, I think they are addressing it somewhat. Isn't the Coalition making a different game? Because I remember initially they were making a game and they were told to get off of that game and go do Gears. So are they back to that original game, or is it a different game completely?
Well, as rumored has it, it's they're supposed to be making a what do you call it? Perfect Dark, a reboot for Perfect Dark. Rumor.
What was the original game that they were working on?
Shanghai Heights.
So what's going on with that game?
I don't know.
No idea.
See, that game shouldn't just be left in the dust as well.
That's the game they wanted to originally make
when they were Black Tusk, right?
Yeah, some of the dev teams, they was happy about Gears, but the other half of the dev team was like, look, we want to prove ourselves with a new IP. They wanted to continue working on Shanghai Night. So a lot of people over there wasn't too happy about them taking over Gears because they wanted to prove themselves with a new IP. But, you know, once Gears come in, you know, that take precedent over everything else.
Well, Microsoft is being so secretive, so who knows? Maybe we'll get to see Shanghai Heights.
I hope, because they was 2 years in on the development from one of the devs.
Don't forget, rumor has it Coalition isn't doing the next Gears either.
Yeah, they supposed to hand it off to whatever. I mean, even with that, they put like Kevin Lobb is with Iron Galaxy, I believe that it does the Killer Instinct. That's why it still feels like Killer Instinct. They take head people and put them there, so you know this isn't straight too far away from what makes Gears. But I'm just saying, I mean, games and ideas get brought up and get thrown in the trash all the time. But that would be huge if Microsoft can come out there, right, and bring back. Just give them Shanghai Heights, because we don't have anything like that for our third person Metal Gear, Splinter Cell type game exclusive wise. That would be huge.
Yeah, that
would be huge. You know what I mean? That would be ill. You know what I mean? That right there. That was, how you say, a good shot in the arm. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we need. Something like I've been asking for forever. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand that Gears, Forza, and Halo is what makes the Xbox what it is. But like I've always said before, each generation you need something new, right? And we have. I understand we had exclusives. Hear me out, but we haven't got that next Gears. We haven't got that next Halo. We haven't got that. You know what I mean? And let's you say what you want. About Sony or Nintendo. And I'm more of an Xbox guy. You say, well, we don't like single player games. Fine, but we can't deny the fact that Horizon Zero Dawn was huge for PlayStation. You can't deny the fact that Splatoon was huge for the Switch. You understand what I'm saying?
I think Microsoft needs to do whatever they need to get Rise, a sequel to Rise. I think Rise would have been that new IP.
Huge. You know what I mean? That would be huge.
They need to pick up Crytek. Period. They're drowning.
Wasn't there a rumor that they were going to pick them up, but they refused because they didn't want Halo and Crysis in the catalog? They thought it was a little bit too much of sci-fi shooters.
No, they wanted to buy the original IP of Rise 4 from Crysis, the developers, but they denied them.
Yep.
They denied Microsoft because they wanted to retain ownership of the IP.
Yeah, that was it. That's what it came down to. Who actually owned the IP? So all that TV show, all that shit that they had planned for got scrapped. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But again, like I said, you know, but they got check it out. The I forget his name. I'm bad with names, but the head honcho, the NCNIC that was over there at Crytek, he's no longer there. Stepped down, ousted, voted out. He's no longer there. You know what I mean? And you know, but like I said, you know, that would be huge. You know what? And I understand I'll make a comment about the art style, but even
pay the bills.
Okay, we got there. I don't see it, but let's
Rossetti says for $5, he dropped a $5 tender biscuit in there, tender and biscuit meal. Everyone, for the most part, should have creative control, especially if they've proven themselves.
Agreed.
I agree with that.
Damn right.
I agree with that. Especially if the powers that be aren't game developers. Like I can understand Nintendo, like Miyamoto is like he's really deep into the development of Nintendo games, but the dude created Super Mario, Nagi-Con, so he knows what he's doing, you know.
And that's what the fans want. They
want his input. So I get that. But if you never created a game, then just stick to the economics. That's it. Like, are you fed? Is the lights on? Is the bills paid? Yeah. You know, how much overtime I gotta pay? You know, shit like that. But don't like, oh, we don't really like that vision. What do you know? You're not a game developer. Like, shut the fuck up and walk away. Just stay in your lane. If you're a businessman that talks money, then stick to money. Just don't be one of those.
What caused Microsoft to tell Bungie? No,
I don't know, bro.
Question: Has 343 proven themselves with Halo to garner that type of control?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
They talked about with Halo. Whereas the coalition with Gears, I thought Gears was excellent. Like, if you didn't tell me those were the original devs, I would never have known. It played, looked, it was fucking Gears of War.
Mm-hmm. I can agree with that because that Gears multiplayer, Lord, I can't stand both of it.
And listen, but I mean, I wouldn't say that Bungie has. I mean, 3-4 has. They gave us what Halo 4, Halo Reach.
Halo 4 and Halo Reach were also done with Bungie, buddy.
Bungie, yeah, they were Bungie.
Oh, I thought they was going by then.
No.
343 just did the Master Collection and Halo 5.
No, 343 did do Halo 4.
Look at the box,
buddy.
No,
that's Bungie. Bungie did that.
You sure?
Yes, that was Bungie's last game.
I thought you know what? No, it might have been a collabo.
I think what they did was Halo Reach.
Let me see.
I thought last thing was Halo Reach.
Nah, they helped with
collabo because remember that portal that they had, and the portal that Bungie had stopped at Reach and didn't go over into 4. Yeah, I think they worked with them on 4, but I don't think they did 4.
According to Google, it was Bungie.
Yep, it was Bungie, buddy.
Yeah. Google's on crack.
Google is wrong.
Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But I'm just saying, you know, they argued me down. You guys told me that Halo 5 had an install base of 15 million. So if you're going to say that Halo 5 they proven themselves, but you realize this, I'm sorry, 343 is a huge studio. You know what I mean?
It's like 600 people, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna say this: they should just let them anyway. Because look at Guerrilla. I mean, before Horizon Zero Dawn, has Guerrilla really proven themselves?
No.
All they did was Killzone. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even do nothing big. If technically, in my opinion, they can't go back to Killzone.
I
can't go back. You can't go back to Killzone. You can't.
I stand corrected. It was 343. Right. Development of Halo 4 began in 2009 and continued until September 2012. Halo 4 is 343 Industry first original title within the Halo series. I knew that because Bungie was gone after Halo Reach.
Told you Google was on crack. But you know what? Hey, P-Rock, on the real for real, even though Killzone wasn't it, a lot of people didn't realize it, that Guerrilla Games, they are like technical wizards, and that engine
the engine
that they made. When Sony saw them put that Decima and that other engine they were using, they were like, "Oh no, y'all motherfuckers, y'all gonna go back to the drawing board. Y'all gonna do something with this." Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I think they were proven with the next game, because them mugs, even whether you like their output or not, them the style that they use is like wizardry. I can't even think of the word right now.
What I like about Sony is this in-house engine that they share amongst all their developers. When you get that type of knowledge invested in the engine, you can do some crazy things. You know what I'm saying? Because you got all of your studios developing this one engine that's been utilized across your whole platform. That's crazy.
And you know, and I've said this a zillion times, that Crytek engine is
It's
the
amazing.
engine Microsoft could use to build all of their games upon, especially when the next generation of with this generation alone, it's, you know, it's got 6 teraflops, is well optimized. Crytek engine would look fantastic on the Xbox One X, but the next generation of games, because some of the stuff that the Crytek engine has, some of it runs, but it runs like on theoretical hardware, just because that hardware is just too expensive to own right now. But some of that stuff, I shit you not, it's photorealistic. You wouldn't know that it's something rendered. It looks like something out of Hollywood. Like that engine is miraculous.
They pay the bills.
Okay, my man Von Lamont. Shout out to my brother Von Lamont.
He gonna drop some more science.
He said another thing PlayStation exclusives have over Xbox is PlayStation exclusives look good on the vanilla and the Pro until Dawn uses the Decimal engine also. What me ask you a question as far as engines? What is God of War using? Anybody know?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I think I know I'm gonna make me a little biased, but I think God of War is their best looking game graphically to me. That goddamn game look crazy.
Somebody Google it.
I don't know. What?
Oh no, I'm not googling anything.
Google.
Switch to Bing. All that crazy shit Google been saying.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, man. Listen, I mean, in fair, right is right. Sony, you know, they, especially in house, they do well at developing games for their hardware.
Their hardware studio, you know,
they get the most about it. And they do. Like I said, you know, I know a lot of people. Some people are hating on God of War because you can't jump. I just like the higher look. Ray, how you say Ray? The way it presents itself, like Ray over the top. Come here, my child. Sit down, son.
He don't care about a jump button.
No,
he care about how it look. He gonna play that shit anyway.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
Yeah, the story and the lore, man, on God of War is A1.
Oh, I'm actually gonna play this one.
Oh, it's what I mean. I gotta say, believe it or not, and you may call me a fraud, but the first God of War I ever played was 3. Then I went back and back. Like I said, when I played 3, that was the illest shit up. You killed all the gods, and Hercules was your brother, and like that shit was brutal. I'm like, oh, and they should maybe, like I said, and I understand that God of War essentially was like a prequel or whatever. They should. I said then that once you kill Zeus, ain't nowhere else you can go. You got to go somewhere and go fight some other guys. Which he's doing the whole North thing there, but that blew my mind. Like that, you know what's great? I played first. I just had beat Dante's Inferno. Bring that shit back. I beat Dante's Inferno. Then I hopped right into God of War. I was like, God damn, that shit blew my mind.
That's another thing was epic, bro. Microsoft was glad to make Dante's Inferno.
That's one thing I think Sony understands. Whether a game is good or not, they understand that perception and what a person sees visually can attract them to something. Even if after they get to it, they'll decide whether they like it or not. But they know that over the top, crazy graphic visual shit is going to draw a person in, and they do that well. Microsoft, on the other hand, hasn't done that since the first Gears of War, since the first Gears of War, because I know Halo 1 did it on the OG Xbox. Halo 2, when they did E3. They did it on the first Xbox. Gears of War did it on the 360. We have yet to see that on the one.
Okay, I got a question for Porter Rock, but he said, do y'all think Sea of Thieves is releasing too close to Far Cry? And hey, P-Rock, do you think that Thor and Loki will make an appearance in God of War? I don't think so, but
I think I read something. I read something about Thor, like a little Easter egg. I don't know if he's part of the story, but they were Easter egging Thor in other realms within that. So like ice giants and shit like that. So
why not though?
They could do some real fucked up shit. Doesn't
they had all the Greek guys? So why not all the Norse guys? I mean, they probably
technically, there's no reason they shouldn't be there because Odin, all them dudes are all part of Norse mythology.
Yeah.
Hey, does Sony own the rights to Thor and Marvel?
No.
Nah.
I think Square Enix took the rights to the rest of the Marvel stuff.
There's a Thor and Odin in DC too. They're just not as popular.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this in terms of what Microsoft needs or Xbox. I'll be saying, to play devil's advocate, Microsoft's in a tough position because Sony's strength is actually the industry's weakness. Like you know, third parties are not making a lot of single player, big budget games. You know, so when Sony does it,
good point.
There's not a lot of competition.
No, that's a good point.
So now with Xbox is known for the multiplayer, right? So in the 360 and the PS2 era, there wasn't a lot of third-party multiplayers because Xbox was the best. Halo was the best doing it. But now you got everyone doing it. So how do you top PUBG? How do you top Fortnite? How do you top Warframe? Like how does a maker who's known for multiplayer compete in an industry where everybody's doing multiplayer, and some of them are doing it for free, like Fortnite, it's free.
You do what they do hard.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. At one time, you know what
I'm saying?
I definitely agree with
that. You know, the Magic Microsoft, hey, we creating a battle royale. Everybody's gonna be like, the fuck? I got Fortnite, I got PUBG. Like what, you know, like Microsoft will truly have to create an innovative new multiplayer because the competition's tough right now. It's
I can agree with that. I can agree with that, Porter Rock, because I think at one time Halo was the pinnacle.
It was, especially on the OG Xbox.
Yeah, it was
nothing better.
Now, when when Halo doesn't have that same energy as it did back in the days, and you have everybody that's on the playing field now. It kind of it doesn't make it as significant as it used to be, because like what I can get over here in Halo, I can get over here in a whole different title now with whole different kind of ideas and things like that. So they need to come up and do something, man. It just can't be about service and multiplayer games. And Sony has proven that single player that is still a line for single player games.
It's real simple. Sony at the beginning of this generation really took Microsoft's Xbox 360 playbook and ran with it and added some new plays. Now, Microsoft needs to do the same thing. They need to use the playbook that Sony used for the PlayStation 4 generation and start to apply it, because clearly it's working. This is what gamers want. So give gamers what they want. There's no shame in imitation. That's the first form of flattery, first of all, but you should just amplify it. You should touch on it.
My man Von Lamont back at it again. He said, $5 in the chat. He says, Sony owning Spider-Man gaming rights is big. Going into the next generation is big, and I think they're adding multiplayer to Days Gone also.
Yo, Von, you can't keep hitting me with these $5 Taco Bell boxes, man. But yeah, them making Spider-Man exclusive, and see that's the type of thing we want to see in regards to Microsoft.
Yeah, that
Sony say we own the rights, but we're gonna make it exclusive.
You want to play it? You come to the PS4.
Yeah, Microsoft needs either whether they need to buy up some things and do this. It needs that type of appeal now. I really, outside of Gears, Halo, and Forza, I don't know what type of impact Sea of Thieves going to have. Hopefully, it has a positive impact, but I don't think it's going to supersede or even be on the scale of a Halo or Gears or Forza. It's going to be a great game, but I don't think the impact is going to be that deep. Microsoft needs, outside of the titles they have, they need that title that say, look, this is some new epic shit that you can only get on our box. I ain't talking about PC or none of that shit. I'm talking about only on the Xbox. And when you take that away, then you know what I'm saying, you kind of lose some of that appeal for people going to buy your system.
No. Phil Spencer wants you to go out and buy a Nintendo Switch and the PlayStation 4.
And he'll give you a signed copy of Uncharted.
You know what
That killing my man.
No, let me stop. I got a question for the panel though. So I got into one of my little Twitter battles with Morgana Days earlier. And because they was like, you know what, it's really killing me. I can't get State of Decay 2 on PlayStation. I was like, Morgana, cut it out. I said, stop with this shit. You're not getting paid for this. I said, just get an Xbox. They was like, no, you know what? Better yet, I'm just gonna get it for PC.
Man, I'm gonna get my man Morgan Days. I'm gonna get him an Xbox. He in Japan. I'm gonna send him one. Hold on, I got a question for you guys, which I don't think so, because I just not saying that Sony can't do it, but there's a lot going on in this goddamn game. My man Spectre Status dropped $2 in the chat. Do you think Days Gone was delayed to add a battle royale mode? I don't think so.
No, I can answer that. I called Days Gone was gonna be a 2019 game the day God of War was announced for April.
Yeah.
Once I saw that was coming out in April, and I'm thinking, okay, you got Detroit, maybe May, June-ish.
Land it up.
Then you got Spider-Man. Then you got this other game called Dreams. And then they got the marketing rights for Red Dead Redemption for October. Call of Duty October, November. There's no room. And they're not going to put Days Gone in December. That doesn't make sense. For that, you just, like I said, there's no room for the game. Yeah. And me and Rand were saying that. A lot of people are like, no, Sony's going to fund it. I'm like, listen, bro, they need to make money. And some people are like, oh, you know, Days Gone could do pretty good against Call of Duty. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Are you crazy? and even if it did, let's pretend in some miracle world it did. Sony, that doesn't help Sony. Sony wants you to buy Call of Duty. They're not trying to deny you Call of Duty. They want you to buy it. They get a cut of the check. They're gonna put Days Gone like they did with, you know, Horizon Zero Dawn. They're gonna put it in an obscure month where there's little to no big third-party games out. Yep. And everybody's talking about this one game, and is going to give it a better chance for success. So I knew this game was out of 2018. The moment God of War was April, I'm like, yeah, this game is 2019.
Say Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima will be a 2020 release. Okay. No earlier than 2020.
I think Ghost.
I think that's going to be Sony's headliner for 2019. Ghost of Tsushima, Days Gone, and Last of Us. I think that's going to be their big three.
Pay the bills.
It'd be crazy if it was.
We got. I don't see it.
Spectre Status did $2 for. Do you think Days Gone was delayed for Battle Royale mode? And
we read that one already.
We already read that one. It's the next one.
Jay Hart.
Jay Hart. You heard the rumor about Xbox getting Hellblade.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully you get it.
It's not a rumor anymore.
Hopefully it sells more than 2. It was already confirmed.
Yeah, it's coming.
It was always first to PS4 when it was announced.
Yep.
Sony had a year exclusive on it. That year is up. Now it's gonna go to, you know, P.
And we're getting a physical copy.
We getting Trash Bandicoot too.
Yeah, Trash Bandicoot. Everybody's getting Crash Bandicoot. Even Switch.
Trash. It was a year exclusive on that too. You know. So.
Shout out my brother Cornelius King in the chat. Shout out to my dude, man. Patreon support. Shout out to him. Like I said before, I'm gonna ask you guys one more question before we get the hell up out of here.
Hopefully, it sells more than 250K on Xbox.
we support our multiplayer.
Xbox community 251K, and you could talk shit. 251K.
We remember. That's all you gotta do. We remember your legendary video. 250,000.
I'm like,
what you talking about? Phil gonna give it to us free with Game Pass. We ain't gotta buy it.
I know, right? That's true, bro. Gotta finesse the shit. That's instant Game Pass access right there.
I gotta ask you, are you gonna dish out the money for that God of War PS4 Pro?
Who, me?
Yeah, you Z.
Oh no. You know what? I got the collector's edition. The one for $1. If I wasn't getting the collector's edition, I ain't gonna lie. I'll trade in my my standard Pro. That motherfucker Dusty, that bitch is great. That motherfucker right there, right now, is already a unique color.
You're already looking great. It's already great.
Go put him at 80 million still.
Like a rainy afternoon.
But I might get that controller though. I might, treat myself. I don't ever buy myself shit. I'm gonna
trade my Slim for it.
Oh yeah,
that's serious.
Yeah. I'm a God of War fan. I told you, maybe this might sound a little like I'm Judas. I would choose God of War over Halo. I'm not a big Halo guy. I've never been a big Halo guy.
Y'all stop, man. Y'all keep switching these consoles. That's why PlayStation 4 got 85 million consoles sold, man. Y'all keep trading. Y'all use PlayStation 4s for these brand new.
I'm sorry, but this God of War, I never played one. Just be my first one.
You never played the God of War?
They play the same games, bro.
Hey, bro. Wait. Ask your question. Listen. I think I might got. If my son ain't take it, you can give me an address. I can send you God of War 3 remastered.
Hey,
you can have mine. Yes.
Yeah, I've never played
the first Halo.
You know what? Yeah, I beat all of them besides 4 in the last one.
Okay.
You mean the last one was 5, bro?
Yeah, I'll be 5. I
only ask that because usually if a person didn't experience that first Halo, they really don't understand how epic that joint was when it first came out.
I remember. I'm not big on first-person shooters. I mean,
shout out to Von Lamont. Not a foul out of KFC chicken bucket. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. You know what I'm saying? What's Metacritic prediction for God of War: Sea of Thieves?
90+ for almost.
Human.
I'm gonna get
the God of War bundle. Just got Sony's 900 ETV. Oh, congrats, man!
Congrats, bro.
I give God of War a 89, 90.
Okay, shout out to Colonius King.
Oh, that's my dude right there,
$25.
That's my brother.
I'm on the Papas, nigga.
Hey, I hear VIP on the Patreon too, man. That's my dude.
Good show,
man.
fellas. P-Rock, good luck on your new duty station.
Yeah, but what do we got there? God of War. I'm gonna say 89, 90.
I don't know. I'm thinking might get a little higher.
Hey, I think all three of those games. I think all of them gonna have at least 90. I don't see any of those games being below 90.
They ain't giving no Sea of Thieves no 90, big fella.
Bruh, Sea of Thieves getting a 90. I'm telling you.
Don't sleep, bruh.
Sea of Thieves getting a 90.
It's gonna get a 90.
85. 85. It's not gonna get a 90.
Y'all gotta follow the trends, man. The big five always shit on Microsoft games, okay? So the big five might give Sea of Thieves like something in the 70s. The Sony games are going to get something in the 90s. You got to pay attention. You got to wait till the other people actually play the full game fully to see what their reviews are going to be. But
yo, honestly, they're going to clown Sea of Thieves.
Oh yeah.
That's my consensus on that. They're gonna clown Sea of Thieves, even though I enjoy it, others enjoy it, and that's all that matters. At the end of the day,
but it's not fun by yourself. Do not play that game.
I mean, people don't say that because I've seen people who play the solo mode and enjoy themselves.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, big fella.
Nah, bro.
I'm serious. I've seen people play solo and enjoy themselves.
Y'all gonna have to hold my hand. I can see right now. I'm gonna get my blanket.
I'll tell you this.
Slippers on my house.
I'll tell you this, Z.
Sleep.
The final beta for Sea of Thieves was in 4K with 4K textures.
Right,
yes,
man.
it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
I saw it in the notes.
Yes, it was.
In the notes for the final beta of Sea of Thieves, they said 4K res and 4K textures. And oh my god.
I understand it's pretty, but the game just doesn't look fun to me. My man Von Lamont back, I just like hit us with a 3-piece left right hand hook. He said crap game with eyes open before El Mega. You ain't lying about that shit. My man El Mega said, come on now, see the first BGST wasn't good. The first GLG wasn't good. You know, Porter Rock show wasn't good. The same first show. I ain't never heard that. I ain't gonna lie. When he said that shit right there, my mouth hit the floor was like, nigga, you serious, ain't you? Like, you serious for real, ain't you? Like,
hey, Megan's a homie, but I'm surprised you ain't do a reverse ejectocito on that, man.
So my question is, we know what Microsoft is doing wrong and what they've done wrong. What is the solution? And from everybody on the panel, what type of game, what type of genre would you like to see from Microsoft that you will feel kind of help change or turn the tides?
This is what Microsoft needs. Microsoft needs movies. The first hour you play a game needs to be a movie. Just like titles, bro. When you play Uncharted 4, bro, it's just like watching a movie that like the first 2 or 3 hours of the game.
Hold on one second.
What about you, Z? I know you gotta pay the bills though.
What I want to see from Microsoft?
Yeah.
Any
specific genres or anything?
Third-person action adventure.
Yeah.
With some co-op, you can add some co-op to it or some multiplayer. To it,
and I'll answer after to pay the bills.
Hack and slash. I'll be fine with a big AAA hack and slash. I love that too. My man, shout out to my brother Daniel J. Always rocking out too.
Hack and slash should be dope too. Yeah.
How can we have a release date for State of Decay 2, Sea of Thieves, but not for Crackdown? My guesstimation, I surmise that they're gonna wait the E3 to drop it on stage. Release date with a beta. That's what I'm thinking.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because right now, hold on, and I want to say this right now. Microsoft has already stated their purpose at GDC. Okay, so just go and read what they're focusing on, which is that PlayFab and Azure. They try to get more developers into utilizing those two systems, which they previously just purchased PlayFab. So before everybody go and say GDC was dog shit, y'all already know what they expect.
Yeah, but isn't Azure being used for Crackdown? So technically, could we not maybe see something with Azure utilizing?
I ain't got no expectation for C. I mean, not for GDC. I ain't gonna set myself up with the okie doke.
They have shown Crackdown before GDC though. They have shown the technical aspect.
2018. We've been saying Crackdown since 2013. It's 5 years ago. I ain't got no faith in the cloud, the motherfucking the rainbow. I ain't gonna
Yo, Z say at the Inside Xbox,
Let's take it back though, for real. When they announced the cloud, as gamers, we were so hyped for that. It's gonna be 13 Xbox in the cloud. Yo, we were going ham. What the fuck?
Hey, bro. So, you know what? I'm gonna say this real shit, right? All jokes aside, right? Then you see they switched their tone and said the cloud was for everybody, right? I said for this thing to really take off, right? Microsoft has to go out there and quarterback this. I mean, every one of their big AAA exclusives has to use some form of the cloud, like they did with Titanfall, and really hype it. And they didn't do that. After Titanfall came out, maybe they mentioned something about Forza Horizon 2. That was it. You know what I mean? For that thing really to have taken off to be, you know, how you say, the behemoth, they really need to quarterback that damn thing going forward. And they didn't. They dropped the ball with that, man. So even with us now, even though they announced the cloud in 2013 and we getting it like in 2018, like that hype is, you know what I mean? Maybe Crackdown, maybe the second coming of Emmanuel the Baptist Jesus. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I'm just not. If Crackdown is an awesome game, it's going to be judged on Crackdown. That cloud shit is out the window, man. I ain't gonna keep the phone. You know what I mean? That shit done. That shit dead. And when Nas said hip hop is dead, that cloud shit is dead. I'm done with that. That's like me out there hustling that direct
drop the flower over the casket.
Call that motherfucker dead. I done used all that shit for my damage control. With DX12 gonna make the Xbox 5 times more powerful. Bro, I'm done.
Hey, yo, Z.
I'm gonna be first on the damage control, bro. I'm done. I've been there for the last year and a half, bro. I'm done.
Don't say he out of damage control. He didn't.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you something, right? You know, I know something. I'm gonna tell you. I think it's funny when these jokers come back and attack me. Some of these Xbox do. I told you, I fed and I burped you niggas. I taught you niggas how to go on that damage control and shit, man. All you jokers in the class and next. When I say I'm done, listen, I have lost my life. This shit will cost me my marriage, my kids. I lost everybody because of this goddamn console war, man. It's done. I'm done.
And that's the sad thing, man. That's the sad thing with all the work that people have put in, nonprofit or not, defending Microsoft. No, they are not giving back any fanfare whatsoever.
I can't.
They're going full steam ahead with this vision that is causing so much divisiveness in the community, and it's just ridiculous. They're out of touch. It's ridiculous.
My man Von Lamont hit back with the 5. He said, "But another 5." He said, "Now Xbox going to buy streamers numbers to tell the game is successful or not." They ain't lying about. Hey, Ron, why you shot out? There's like a million people streaming right now. Y'all niggas is crazy.
Yo, Von. A lot of them do that on the low though.
Yeah,
a lot of them do that on the low with Ben. You know what I'm saying? He put that up.
Oh man, I'm with the blue talking about now.
Fake downgrade videos.
Fussing to somebody.
I'm truly giving them to E3. I think they're in a position that their backs to the wall.
I hope so.
I think they know they gotta show it, or there's gonna be repercussions. And I have the faith in them. I'm gonna really wait till E3. I think they're gonna produce, and if they don't, then we know what it's gonna be.
I think this is gonna be a great show. I think we're gonna get a glimpse of what type of gears joint is coming up. I think Halo is gonna be there.
We see another gear. You know I'm a huge Gears of War fan now. Crap. I know I'm kind of late to the. I'm kind of late to the show. I done came a long goddamn way in Gears. You know what I mean?
Gears is addictive, man.
Yeah, Gears is a way of life. Like I can go listen. I was somebody like shut up. Back to my man, also Dirk. He also is a Patreon supporter. He asked what was the last game I completed. I mean, it's not that I don't play no games. I get on that goddamn multiplayer and I beat it for hours. For 3 hours.
And people be saying that to me, like, man, post up. All I see you on is Gears. Is once you play one game of Gears, like, you gonna be on there for about 4 or 5. Yeah. You won't even know.
Here's Pop was like,
a lie.
Yo, the first match we hit post like, what?
You tell everybody how you graded out in 2K and went straight.
That's dog shit. Hey, yo, Z be like, that's dog shit. 83%. Come on now, man.
Yo, Z, pay the bills. Von Lamont hit it up again for $2.99.
He said what?
$2.99. Damn.
K-Mega might hang herself if E3 sucks.
Hey, no, he ain't. He gonna see now Ziggy being messy. Now you got to look what they did. Now they came out, they advertised. You guys said y'all want an advertisement. Man. Hey, listen, man, and Mega my man too, man. My man 50 grand, right? Man. But Megan is man, he didn't take some peculiar stances this generation. I remember one time he was arguing with King Garrett and shit, said, we don't need big ass hard drives. They're gonna use that money for exclusives. We don't need no commercials.
Yeah, I remember that.
I just look at it like this: you can't criticize the competition for the same things you damage control your preferred system about. You just can't do that. And so, and not even me. And that's why I said when some people think I'm damage control, this is not that I'm damage controlling. I see the positive side of it, and I also see the negative outlook of it. Everything that, as far as what people been saying, as far as the negative thing, is warranted. I agree with everything, even what Z said as far as what they need to do and where they at. But also see the other side of it as well. But I'm not finna criticize the competition, and then when my preferred system do it, try to find an excuse for them. Hell no. They can get that work too.
What do you say? I'm sorry, we got here.
Crownworthy, $5. Zaire, what do you think about the city building sim game that announced on Inside Xbox? Seems like they're doubling down on PC games on the Xbox.
They made that seem like it was Gears 5, man.
Hey, listen.
This boy said city building game was them doubling down on PC game. Lord.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna keep it all the way in buckles. First of all, Crownworthy, thank you for your time. Swinging watching this dog to that show, and I hope I don't offend you. Now, listen, I'm not gonna be listening to this money. Like I said, that donation is non-refundable. But I hope you understand that shit right there. Listen, guys, I'm very respectful. I don't treat nobody no bullshit.
Ain't got no sense at all.
But listen, now fuck, they gotta get this shit wrong. Don't chaser. Immediately after that show, right? I tweeted Shannon Loftus. I said, "Sweetie." That goddamn show was sweet. That shit was nothing but cotton candy, sweetest roll. Let me see you too. Yo, I slid into a diabetic coma. You had to see my kids and him coming sticking spoons in my mouth, hit me in the belly with a shot of insulin, bring me back to life. I was fucked up. Like that was bad. They talking about the city sky losing the cloud. Come on, man. That's not. First of all, I understand that game may have a foundation on the PC. That's not a console. Listen, let me get my girl. Let me get this shit right here, man. Let me tell you, you see, you got what I got in my hand. This is not what made me a fan of this hit with no goddamn city skylanders. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? Could we go back to this? You know what I mean? Or even go back to this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing here? Like, that ain't the answer. You know what I mean? Like, that's some dog shit. That is dog shit. I don't know. We got all these classic IPs. I mean, you got. Well, I don't know if they own them, but you had games like Advent Rising. Even you can dust up Brute Force. I don't see the Rising when that good. No. You know what I mean? Bring back goddamn Bruce Lee, the Quest of the Dragon. Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Come back.
You know what I mean? Bring back KO goddamn fame. Bring back you guys with that bullshit that fight game for that.
Jade Empire.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I know. But do a deal with EA. Get Jade Empire. Do something. Cut the goddamn check.
Yeah. Cut the check, Phil. Fight back.
Jade Empire was phenomenal. They need to bring that shit back.
We only got one of those. That was an amazing game, but you know what I'm saying? Everybody was looking for a sequel for that. It never came.
Well, Jade Empire, I got it right somewhere.
Everybody was looking for a sequel. Yeah. Everybody was expecting a sequel.
It went off and shit. Your master set you up and hit you with that goddamn death punch. You left the astral plane. Like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing. You know what I mean? Like, Bruce Lee was ill. Like, listen, they got a lot of stuff they can bring. I don't know if they own these IPs still or not, but goddamn, this ain't the answer. City Skylanders ain't the answer, Sway. You know what I mean? But before we get the hell up out of here, first of all, shout out to everybody in the chat. You'd be so kind. If you enjoyed the show today, hit the like button, man. If you enjoyed the stuff today, it's always good talking to you. Hey, Porter Rock.
He stepped away for a little bit.
Okay, all right. Well,
shout out to Val Lamont once again with the $4.99. Boy, you're gonna give me so much.
We might have to
know what to do with all this fried chicken, boy. I'm
Are you Harold's
now? He say, bro, Sea of Thieves 1 week away and had zero advertisement, but had commercials for PUBG, and that's an early access game. Plus, it's not exclusive.
Well, someone Sea of Thieves not being exclusive, bro.
He was talking about PUBG, the advertisement versus Sea of Thieves and PUBG.
I think they pressed on PUBG like that. I think that those were some good deals. The problem is that
PUBG getting his ass kicked right now. Epic and stepped it up on their ass.
Yeah,
that 60. Let me tell you, you know what hurt PUBG? Believe it or not, real shit, right? Now you're comparing it with that's 60 frames. Remember we supposed to get 60 frames on the X?
Yep.
That really, and then you got Fortnite come out and that's 60 goddamn frames. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when they got that update and said they was gonna switch it to 60, that's wow.
Yeah, and it's 4K.
And on all systems too. On all systems.
Yeah,
that's
you know
crazy.
what I mean. You know, and like I said, I understand that Epic is a bigger developer with more resources than Bluehole, but and my thing is Microsoft. If you're going to invest in these companies or whatever, I mean, like, you realize before before Fortnite really took PUBG was that game, and it's like it's maybe losing their, you know, it's lackluster to Fortnite because it's free and you know what I mean. But I don't know, man. Where could we go from here? Where do we go from here? Like, I think, you know,
this is what I think. I think the reason why personally I'm skeptical is because if you look at the top brass there at Xbox, you don't see nobody with no grit. You don't see no Peter Moores, no Seamus. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that Phil realizes what he don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a manager, as a leader, you got to know what you're good at and what you're not good at, and what pieces you need to bring into the puzzle so you're well-rounded. And that when you look at that staff, except for Aaron Greensberg, which they mute him every time he says something out of line, I don't really see nobody there that's going to give us what we want. You know what I'm saying? Like my man, Matty B, he did a phenomenal job monetizing on Minecraft, but that's not what we're asking for. We're asking for something gritty. You know what I'm saying? Like
Aaron Greenberg look like a yes man.
Greenberg mouthpiece.
I got a question.
He just got a yes man to me.
No, he ain't. No. Listen, Greenberg and Albert Pinello, those are the mouthpiece. Now, if you say Mike Ybarra and them guys, but Greenberg got fight in them. Remember Greenberg, the one with the target, took the picture of the empty pallets and scrolled that shit on Twitter. Greenberg a fight, you know what I mean?
And they keep muting him. They keep treating him like Biden. He can't talk. Yeah. They keep putting him in the back rooms.
Got a question. Because I've been seeing people say it. People are saying Microsoft is actually who made Fortnite.
No. That's an Epic game.
No, that's what I thought.
You know how long ago Fortnite was announced?
Yeah, that was an inside Xbox game. $30. Remember, I don't even remember, but all day put that battery in our back to buy that shit for $30. And, you know, but it's
Von Lamar doing it again, man.
Von Lamar running out. It's $1.99.
Tapping out his debit card, man.
He said Phil Spencer on that "We Are the World" shit is soft. You ain't lying, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know what? Listen, maybe that's why I'm not the head of a Fortune 500 company or whatever. But it is a little, you know, especially when it's not being reciprocated by the competition. You know what I mean? That's what, like, damn, nigga, have you no shame? You know, I'm not asking Phil to be on console worship, but listen, we got to be clear. Be honest. It was Sony that went out that motherfucker and said that 1080p makes you a better gamer. We can't forget that. It was Sony that went out that motherfucker and drew for his blood. It was like murder. Yeah. I just wanted something to eat. Call it in, Rambo.
How we trade games.
Yeah, you know what I mean? This is how we trade our game. It was Sony.
It makes you a better gamer.
It was Sony that went out and did that shit there, you know what I mean? But and then like I said, man, if you guys enjoyed the show today, hit the like button. It's over 200 people. I can't get 100 likes. And Nick, listen, date your grandmother. Have some respect for your step grandfather.
How are we sitting on 58 damn likes with 213 people watching?
Yeah,
that's ludicrous.
Yeah, that's sheer lunacy. Let your boy get some likes, man. Hit the like button.
Yo, the chat is so disrespectful right now without hitting that like button. But you know, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Y'all didn't hear me hollering today. I'm toning down the hollering, man. I hear y'all, and when I hear y'all, I critique myself. So I'm gonna be toned down and be more, you know what I'm saying, cool and calm to get my point across. You know,
you say that shit now.
Until Baron come back on the show and I gotta outshout him because that nigga talk over everybody.
Hey,
you know what?
Here. I told shout out to Triple right now. Triple Chuck Cuck is in the hospital. I told that Xbox to leave that Wii U Widow Switch backpack playing ass nigga alone.
Hey,
I told him
pay the bills, bro. Von Lamont for $1.99 again.
Oh shoot!
I'm not running out. Food stamps running out.
Oh shit! All right. But yeah, but Phil Daniel J said Phil Spencer is too friendly. He puts you in the mind of that dude from Mr. Rogers' neighbor. You ain't lying about that shit, Daniel J. But anyway, I told Triple Chuck not to play Black Baron and goddamn Madden. Baron went out there and whooped his ass.
Von Lamont said, "I'm not running out of food stamps."
Yeah, it was like 56-14 or some crazy shit like that. Baron can play Madden. Listen, I bet whatever on Baron when it comes to that Madden.
He told him, he said, "Man, I used to run the tournaments. Triple Cup should have said, okay, see you, Chief."
Yeah, I told him. I listened. We said, "Boy, what you kind of girl? You know, Chuck from New Orleans. You got that fucking accent. What you say there, boy?" What you know about that man? I said, shit, man, you believe that motherfucker alone? I should have bet on that shit.
Yeah, I thought Z was quiet for a minute. I thought he was gonna let him let Triple Cup run out there.
I tried to tell. Listen,
but Z was like, you know what? I'm gonna give you a chance to save yourself. You might want to leave that boy alone, man. Trying to give you a lifeline, Triple Cup.
I know my man been saving that same Prince. I know my man. Shout out to my man Baron got a love thing for Princess Peach, but that weirdo ass thing can play that goddamn Madden.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Well. But anyway, thank you all for rocking out with Xbox Beast Fire tonight. Listen, here's a shameless plug. If you didn't catch my show earlier, I was threatened again in the Xbox community. I was oystered for playing Fortnite. I got called everything but a child of God. There was some racial slurs.
Yo, Z. So Z, before you do that, can you Yo, Z, you did a video about Splinter Cell. What was that? Because I didn't get a chance to look into it.
Oh yeah, Amazon Canada leaked that they're just coming back out.
Was it a specific name or it just said Splinter Cell?
Splinter Cell 2018. Actually it said Splinter Cell 2018 E3 actually came. I guess we're gonna get the announcement at E3 Canada. I'm sorry.
Okay. Dope. Everybody waiting on that joke.
Yo, Z.
Yes.
What do you think about that Real Blue Rendezvous profile on Twitter? That shit's hilarious.
I don't know. They said that's the Real Blue. I'm waiting for my man T-Will for answers. My man T-Will for the answer. I don't know what blue it is, man. So the blue we've been talking like the Real Blue. This blue just got in prison.
It's just hilarious. How about she gonna beat that ass?
That's some wild shit, dude. Like, and then you can't. Sometimes you can't just but the laugh. But listen, guys, check out the last two links that I sent you. You want to see some of the death threats and threatening to break my jaw? I got the tweets there. Click the last two links that I sent you guys. But also, like I said, thank you for rocking out with us today on Xbox Beast 5. We'll be back tomorrow with some other shit, some other topics. Did people come back yet? No, he gone?
Nah, he still ain't back, bro.
But anyway, we out here, man. We out here. Bang, bang.